Well, good morning. I enjoyed watching Tony DeCopel, who co-anchors CBS Mornings, and on a recent morning show, they had on a man who did a spacewalk, and Tony let loose on the guy and the cast, stating that he wasn't impressed since these spacewalks can cost up to hundreds of millions of dollars, and that inhibits just about anyone from doing it. And that he's not a big fan, despite the fact that it does require some training, and I expect that it's thrilling and certainly dangerous. But I understood where he was coming from, and I feel the same way. This question doesn't come up too often in life, but when it does, I'm honest about it. And the question is, am I spiritual? And I respond by saying that I'm in the not really segment. And what brought this topic up was a recent Uber driver who made a bit of small talk, which was fine until he asked the question, are you spiritual? I managed to dance around it, but he persisted and I ended up playing along a bit more. However, should I die and meet my maker or whatever or whoever, then that's when I'll become spiritual. And also keep in mind, I'm certainly not perfect. And if I have hurt anyone, I would admit it and apologize simply because I respect and enjoy most of humanity. I have never enjoyed hurting anyone, though sometimes it's necessary, but this has rarely arisen in my life. So perhaps in some ways I am spiritual. I have met and dealt with some folks that I didn't particularly enjoy being with, but I can handle it. And it's important to be able to do this. And for me, it's a rare occasion. So, in ending, I suppose I could say, sorry for the confusion. Life is complex, and I don't mind being circular in my writing. When I was reminded recently that the Feast of San Gennaro will be from September 12th to September 22nd this year, and of course now it's too late. And my wife and I always bring up the time we drove down a few years ago and got a parking space on Canal Street just a couple of blocks away. And we kept saying to each other, is this real? As it is not easy to find a parking space in Little Italy during the Feast of San Gennaro. And my wife is always goes on the hunt for sausage and peppers, and it's comical to watch her in action with food offerings because she will watch each tent, and with her discriminating eye for the style and neatness of each offering, she always pegs it though. The tent she chose was spot on. The sausage and peppers were perfect. And we didn't stop there. About an hour and a half later, we were eating at a restaurant that she chose, and once again, perfect. We would enjoy attending this year, but of course it's not going to happen because it's already passed. So if you haven't heard of Tom Waits or just know a little bit about him, I suggest you take a peek at some of his work. He's not for everyone, an extremely unusual, bizarre, and unique musician, composer, and songwriter and actor, and he has appeared in over 30 films. His lyrics focus on society's underworld and delivered in his trademark deep, gravelly voice, and obviously a street person. And Tom waits for no one, as I always say, and that's obviously a pun, a bad one. And the three songs I especially like from him are "The Piano Has Been Drinking, Not Me," which I featured in an earlier video. "Clap Hands," another one, another great song, and "Old 55," which was also recorded by the Eagles. And I was not surprised to find out that he's a fellow Sagittarian because we're all lunatics, anyways. And I enjoyed a commercial which starts off saying, "What do you mean it's not confirmed?" And the response is, "It's not confirmed." That is an answer. And yes, it's not the answer they were looking for. So it will require more specifics, that we know. I saw this quote on Facebook recently, which states, a wise man once told his wife nothing because he was a wise man. Now, I admit it's clever, but it ain't me, and that's because I'm an idiot. And lastly, as Robin Williams once said, reality, what a concept, and I'm out here.